Hi, my name is Mark Pedersen. I was born and raised on a local dairy farm out just outside of Mission, BC. I had a pretty good childhood. My dad was an alcoholic. My mom and dad were very good people. He originated from Denmark. But getting back to the homelessness, I had everything. I had a learning disability growing up, and it was very hard for me. So my parents sheltered me, and they did it. They tried to do what was best for me. But then when my parents got deceased, I was kind of trying to figure life on my own, and it was really hard. So I've been working all my life on farms and other places, and the thing is, I realized, when I was in mission and that, when I was working full time, my life changed. I looked at the homeless when I was driving by, and I said, "Oh, look at all those people! Look at all those bums! These should get a job." And then I turned out to be one of them. I lost my job for drinking. I lost my home because I turned to drinking because my life wasn't good. I had demons in my life that I had to deal with, or it would have dealt with me. And I had to hit rock bottom to realize that I needed help. And I used alcohol to over, you know, overcome the demons that I had in my life. So the thing that I did was I landed up on the street. I was on Haven in the Hollow, and then they said I was there for 8 months, and then they said to me that one night I was at the emergency shelter, and then 2 nights I was outside sleeping on the concrete, and then I inherited over $100,000 from my parents, and I thought the money would never end, but it did. I still have money put away for a rainy day, but dealing with mental health and dealing with with the homelessness and that, they need housing, affordable housing. It's so important. It could happen to anybody. When you have drama in your life and that, people should look outside the box, especially that people that are medium class or higher class. They look down at us and say, "Oh, look at them, they're bums," or they should get a job. Well, they have to realize that people out there that have mental health issues, and then they don't have housing. So they turn to the drugs, or they turn to alcohol or any other addictions because they have no hope without affordable housing. Yes, some people that are on the streets choose to be on the streets, but there's some people out there that they say, the residents outside, the people in the business have said, well, maybe they should clean up after themselves. But when you're so down, far and out, and you have no hope, how do you feel? If you don't feel good about yourself, how are you going to feel good about your surroundings? And people have to realize, don't judge until you've been in that person's shoes. But I think it's very important that we do need affordable housing, because people with mental issues we didn't choose to have this. you know it was in the cards, and we do the best that we can. But people in the upper class and the government and that, they should come down and look at the homeless. They should come down and see the shelters, or spend a night at the shelter and see actually what's going on, instead of the upper class goes down and hands it down to the other people, like the mayor and mission and the council, and then they go up to the higher class like you guys are. And then why don't you guys, the higher class, get off your chairs and that, and come down to the Haven and Halls and talk to the people that are homeless and that. That's what we need. That's what you need. So you could hear our stories before, you say there's going to be low income housing. Well, where is it? It's just like you guys just look after the medium class and the higher class, and you leave the low class just where nobody. Well, we all are somebody. We all have a heart. And one time in each of our lives, we've been very successful, but then we just give up hope. And I hope you people up there can realize that actions speak louder than words. You guys say you're going to do something, but I don't see it. How many more deaths is it going to take for the overdose to realize, for people to say, yeah, we need to get counselors, or we need healthcare workers and mental health workers out and help these people. Don't judge at them and look at they're ODing. You're giving them you know, the needles and everything else. That's just a bandage. You have to look at the root of the problem. You know, because lots of times, personally, I think it's just drama. They don't want to deal with the drama in their life, and they just don't know where to go.
Okay, Mark, I just want to say I've known you for 40 years and I really, really think you're a wonderful person. I know you help a lot of people. I just have one question for you. If you were to say what kind of things would help people in a supportive housing situation where they have a house but they have to have some help, what would you suggest would be some of the things that we could bring, what resources we could bring to the help to the housing situation?
Well, I think, thank you, Terry. I think, you know, I think for the housing situation, I think they need mental health workers in there. But there are some people, Ashley McGuire, I don't know if you remember her, Terry. She lived with me. She ruined my house. And I think it was the addictions. But the thing is, I think some of them, you know, if they are going to have low income housing, there should be rooms where, you know, like concrete or whatever, concrete walls. So then you don't have to worrying about the walls, people smashing the walls and that, but everybody should be able to have a place they're called home, and a safe place to stay. And I think it's very important, but I think they need mental health workers in these buildings to work with these people that have addictions and that. Instead of giving them the drugs or giving them the needles, that's just a bandage. You have to look at the root of the problem. And the people that have been on the street, and that you have to realize there is hope out there. If I could do it, you could do it. It just takes you're willing to reach out, and don't be ashamed of the things you've done in your life. We all made really bad mistakes in our life, and there's things in our life we have to live with the rest of our life. But you know, that's the past. And I know sometimes we can't, you know, it's there, we remember it, but then you know what? We have to pull up our socks and say, you know what? There is hope out there.
Okay.
But you have to learn to reach out.
Thank you very much, Mark. That's excellent. We love you.
I love you too.
Thank you.